I've always been a fan of Realme's number series. There's only one reason for that. It's one of the few budget phones that has a camera as the main selling point. Whether or not it's appropriate to call a $400 phone a budget one is certainly a lot cheaper than a phone that has the best camera. To make more people enjoy the fun of photography is probably the biggest reason why Realme made this phone. So without further ado, let's see what level of camera performance it actually has. Let's start with the strength. It's supposed to be the best phone in its price range for taking photos, especially with its telephoto camera. I wouldn't say it's better than DSLR, that would be too much of a gimmick, but it's certainly at the level of a flagship phone. It's great on all parts, good dynamic range, good sharpness, and it performs well even zoomed out to 6S. Apart from the help of the in-sensor zoom, this time it also got the help from the AI image enhancement algorithm. When you take a photo, you will notice that it processes it in the background for a few seconds before presenting the final photo. The clarity improvement is very noticeable. So you can safely use focal lengths up to 200mm. Posting on Instagram with these photos should be fine. The main camera with the latest Sony sensor is just as good, capturing all the details in a scene even in low light. The main camera even doubles as a macro camera, and these 3x zoomed photos are from the main camera. There's a loss of clarity, but I would say it's much better than the 2-megapixel macro cameras on some other phones. For the most part, the photos from the $400 13 Pro Plus are pretty close to those from a $600 phone. So we don't need a flagship phone anymore? Not really. I'm sure you guys didn't come here to see me toting how awesome the 13 Pro Plus is. In fact, it does have some drawbacks as well. For example, the performance is not quite stable, the AI image enhancement sometimes doesn't do much and may even not helpful at all. You can see that the texture of the leaves in the preview is rich in detail, but after AI processing it's not as clear as before. Another example is these 3 photos where the same scene was shot in 3 different colors. The white balance settings of the main camera and the telephoto camera are obviously not the same. There's also a common problem with the mid-range phones. The ultra-wide camera is not so good as usual. Well, I'm fine with it for everyday use. It's just that when the light is not so good, it's a pain in the butt to shoot videos. By the way, while the main camera and telephoto support 4K video recording, they don't support EIS, so you'll be better off recording video in 1080p. But anyway, some of the issues don't come up very often, and there are some features we don't use very much. I don't think they affect my desire in photography creation since they are doing a good job. After all, it's not like it really sells for $600, and we shouldn't be too hard on a mid-range phone. Since Realme spends most of its budget on the camera, please don't expect too much from other things, okay? So let's take a quick look over the other features of the 13 Pro Plus. The back panel is glass, the bezel is plastic, and there's a circular camera module in the center. With this stone-like pattern and color scheme, it looks good. IP65 dust and water resistance, yes. Under display fingerprint recognition, yes. USB 3.0, no. The display isn't the best we've ever seen, but with the high brightness mode of 1200 nits, it's already one of the best in its price range, and more than enough to handle most scenarios. The 13 Pro Plus still uses a Snapdragon 7S Gen 2. While this disappoints a lot of people, I don't want to criticize it too much. As I just said, they spend most of their money on that impressive camera. What Realme can guarantee is that it won't lag in daily use and you can play non-large games as should be. So that's it. If you want more, then you have to pay more. That's not what this phone is supposed to do. Although the 13 Pro Plus gets a larger battery capacity and charging power, I'm having a hard time feeling the difference between it and the 12 Pro Plus. Since they have the same processor, the increased 200 mAh battery capacity doesn't give me a noticeable boost in battery life. Charging time is about the same, taking about 40 minutes for a full charge. You certainly won't be buying it for the battery life and charging anyway. To summarize, Realme 13 Pro Plus is a very special phone. Almost all its upgrades are in the camera. If you don't like photography, then maybe you shouldn't buy it. But if you like photography or are interested in photography but don't have that much budget, then Realme 13 Pro Plus is a great phone to start with. I also count myself as a photography enthusiast, so if you ask me if I like this phone, my answer is definitely yes. Alright, this is the review of Realme 13 Pro Plus. I'm Will from Gizmochina. We'll see you next time.